Have you ever tried to solder a PCB and felt like you needed 2 extra hands? Or maybe 3 separate tools, one to hold your board, one to suck out the fumes, and one to light your work area? I've been there. And let's be honest, you need something to replace all those extra hands without cluttering your entire workbench. That's why, in this video, I'm going to show you how I solved all of these problems with one compact setup, the EV FumeLight Stand. This video isn't just about showing you a tool. I want to show you how the proper solution sometimes comes from adapting what you already have to fit your specific needs. That's exactly how this project was born. Everything started with this 6-claw PCB support. It's simple but well built. The heavy base keeps it stable, and the flexible arms hold PCBs securely in place. I've used several PCB holders before, and some of them more expensive, but what really stood out for me with this one was the resistance and stiffness of the flexible arms. When you need to press down slightly on the PCB, whether during soldering or when adjusting a part, the arms stay firm. That rigidity keeps the board in place, so it doesn't shift or wobble, even with the pressure of a soldering iron. By the way, this video is sponsored by PCBWay. They don't just do only PCBs. They also offer 3D printing, CNC, and lots of useful tools in their gift shop. This 6-claw support came from them, and in this way, I want to thank them. If you are interested in this product, you can find the link in the description. I usually use this PCB support, but during my projects, I also need proper lighting and fume extraction. Having all 3 tools separately on my desk quickly turns into a cluttered mess. So I thought, why not combine them? To bring the idea to life, I designed a set of 3D printed parts, one for the base, 2 for the fan mount, and 1 for the LED light arms. In my first version, I tried mounting a fairly powerful motor directly inside the base, pulling the fumes through holes placed underneath the flexible arms. The extracted smoke was then filtered out through 2 layers of activated carbon filter material. It worked to some extent, but the efficiency wasn't great, and to make things worse, the noise level was pretty high. In the meantime, I explored other solutions and started experimenting with some small, quiet fans. That gave me the idea to incorporate one of those mini fans into a 3D printed holder that could be positioned exactly where it's needed. And that led me to the next version of the project. In this version, I was quite happy with the performance of the fume extraction, but I still needed proper lighting. So I designed a part that would act both as a fan cover and also include integrated lighting arms. It seemed like a smart solution, compact and efficient. However, the LED support arms mounted on the fan cover ended up blocking part of the airflow. As a result, the smoke wasn't extracted as effectively as I had hoped. In the end, I decided to separate the fan from the lighting system. It just made more sense in terms of performance. So I went back to the initial fan holder design and created 2 new parts specifically for the lighting. I also made some important updates to the base itself. Initially, I had installed a pretty powerful DC motor, but it turned out to be way too loud and stronger than necessary, even if it sounded like a great idea at first. Instead, I switched to smaller, quieter DC motors that fit perfectly into the redesigned base. Another improvement I made was enlarging the hole for the fume extraction arm. This made a noticeable difference in airflow, helping the fumes to be extracted more efficiently. To keep things user-friendly, I built a control panel with 3 switches, allowing me to individually control each motor and the LED lights. I used longer wires inside, giving me the flexibility to easily remove the cover. I also chose DuPont pin connectors, making it easy to replace motors or remove an arm whenever needed. In the final version, I ended up using only 4 arms for holding the PCB, which is more than enough for stable work. The remaining 2 arms have their own dedicated functions, one for fume extraction and one for lighting, making my workspace compact, clean, and ready for any soldering task. Now I have a compact stand with a PCB holder, fume extractor, and lighting, all in one system. It saves space and keeps everything I need within reach. You'll find the link to this project and the printable parts in the description. Feel free to build your own version and tweak it even further. If you like the idea, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what other projects you'd like to see. Until next time, happy soldering.